Got a ship that needs, improvements? Worried about getting caught? At Slim Cognitos, your secret is safe with us. Whether it's weapons, shielding, or a new hyperspace module, we'll hook you up quickly, cheaply, and most important, quietly. So next time you're in the market for some, legally ambiguous refashioning, remember the name. Slim Cognitos. The only inspections we pass are yours.
Ratchet and Clank are going Commando. Now, if the cutscene at the beginning of this video seemed a little bit out of place, it's because that was actually a cutscene that I had lost during a corrupted recording, and that was because my capture card, or the last one I was using, the Blackmagic Intensity Shuttle, has been the most unstable piece of hardware I have used in the last 10 years, and it's just started happening these last few months. I don't know why, but anyway, I've luckily switched my capture card over to a First World AverMedia one that does not crash randomly every 10-20 minutes or so, and it means that hopefully I won't have any more corrupted weird videos, and I won't have to place the cutscenes where they technically don't belong, even though this is before this level is about where I actually unlocked that certain cutscene. Now, it's just a cutscene for an entrance to another planet we'll be going to later, but yeah, so that's that. But anyway, maybe I'll make a video on my new capture card eventually, and it's possible I'll even upload that video before this video gets uploaded, so who knows. So anyway, the point of this level is to advance a little bit further into the main story, and we'll be getting more coordinates for a new planet, and this level will make heavy use of the Terminator, so obviously you're going to need to get a hold of that if you haven't already. And the first thing you need to do is jump down onto here and destroy some of the boxes, and then that cross-dissolve transition was just because I was wandering for a little bit. And then you'll want to activate your Terminator, put it on your quick start menu so it's easier to get to, and then you can make this big lake of water, ice, and then skate across it. Now, skating as a Lombax is not any easier than skating as Link, and ice is just as annoying in this game as it was in any Zelda, Mario, or whatever other ice game that you can name. It's kind of interesting that Skyrim, with all of its ice, didn't have any slippery surfaces. That'd be really annoying, although I'm sure there's a mod for that. So anyway, once you turn that bolt into the ground, you can walk on across this platform that comes up across this bridge, and then you can destroy a few of the enemies. And stuff's about to get a little bit scarier here in a few minutes, so this is going to be the first time we'll have to melt a pool and then jump right into it to swim into the next place. And pretty soon we'll be melting and swimming into a ton of pools, except these pools have a big giant fish that will eat you, and you get no warning. They will come up, eat you, and you're dead. You don't lose any health, nothing, you're just instantly dead and back to the last checkpoint you go. So this ended up being one of the levels that I died the most on, and that's kind of saying something, because there's other levels that are pretty, I'm going to say challenging. I don't know if they're hard, I'm just going to say challenging, and I died on them exactly once, because by the time I died I'd figured out the best way to get through them. But I never had to try 5 or 10 times on other levels like I did on this particular one, and I guess this is kind of the same world as Pokitaru was in the first game, where Pokitaru was just the hardest level in that game, like, period, and that's because of those stupid pufferfish. But it's weird because Ratchet and Clank on its own isn't even that difficult of a game, and they don't even have difficulty levels in these first 3 Ratchet and Clanks. You can unlock a harder mode by beating the game, which is called Challenge Mode, but by that point you usually have the best armor and a whole load of upgraded weapons, so the only purpose is if you just want to get the trophies for the PlayStation Network and get some of the, truly 100% it by finishing it on Challenge Mode and getting the big stud multipliers, which give you tons and tons of studs, but, or not studs, bolts. I don't know why I keep calling bolts studs, maybe it's just because I play LEGO games so darn much. Anyway, so this is that part where I was talking about that has the big giant fish, so we're going to need to just throw your Terminator down there, and that should get most of the water to rise up. And you're going to need it to rise all the way up here. Now, the water lowers and rises on its own, so you want to throw the Terminator in, to get it to kind of get close to freezing, and then as it reaches the top, you want to freeze it off entirely. And same thing with this. You kind of want to time it to where as it's going down, you start freezing it, so that way you can walk into this platform, and usually that's not a problem. The problem is this room. You want to be able to jump with Clank up on top of here. If the ice is too low, you won't be able to do that. You'll have to go back, remelt it, and then retry freezing it again, which is just really, really annoying. So then you'll want to melt the water again so it can start rising and lowering, and as it starts rising, you'll want to once again start to freeze it again so you can get up to this area over here. And you can't swim in the water because, as I said, those big giant fish will come on over, eat you, and back to the place where this started you go. So in here there's yet another fish. Don't think there's not a fish in any of these parts. There's a fish in each one of these pools. And then start freezing it as it goes down, and I think I got lucky there because it started rising up a little bit and it froze, but I probably could have froze that a little bit faster. Anyway, there's that fish all frozen with his gills, and this one I actually did not get high enough. So this was kind of interesting how this worked, because I thought this was a ladder. I mean, it looks like something you can grab onto, but no, it's not. So the only way I found to get through this, which was honestly a little bit of luck, and there's probably a better way to do this, but there was no other way I could find, was to remelt the water and do it really close to this part, and then hope beyond all hope that the fish doesn't come and kill me. So I turned on the hydro pack and just went up as fast as I could, and then got up here and jumped as much as I could, and got up here to where the end of the level is.
Excuse me? Have you seen any masked weirdos?
I think I had better do the talking. A masked customer picked up an order not long ago. Recently, they received a new transmission from him, and they are willing to show it to us for a small price.
Hello, yes. Hey! Yes, I need to order 2 more containers of sulfuric acid. Oops. Better make that 5 containers and 4 containers of liquid hydrogen. Oops. Better add 6 crates of nitroglycerin and... Look, just give me double that. And I need it delivered.
Hey, what? What?
Oh, nothing. Just some robot humor.
Okay, funny guy. Let's just head to those coordinates.